You need to get these 7 bottom feeders if you want to have a clean tank. Number 3 and 4 are going to surprise you. Welcome back to These Exotics. In this video I'm going to talk about the 7 bottom feeders that you need to keep your tank healthy and clean and happy for your entire community. Bottom feeders are essential by eating all of the leftover food that stays on the bottom of your tank, making sure it doesn't rot and convert into ammonia. So let's get right into it. Number 7 is going to be the high fin spotted Pleco. I love Plecos. I don't love how big they get, and I don't love the bioload that they cause. However, there are some that you can get. They're not going to grow to be 2 feet long like your common Pleco. So I have a high fin spotted Pleco right now. He is absolutely beautiful. I just love the pattern. I love the sail fin look on the back. It's a really, really cool kind of Pleco. He is getting big. I've had him for about 6 months. He's already reaching about 6 inches long, so they do grow really fast, and they do still get pretty big. But if you don't want something that's going to be 2 foot long and you can only keep in a pond like your common Pleco, try the high fin spotted. They're really pretty. They're going to help eat the algae in your tank. Now, they're not an algae eater. If you have an algae problem, you need to go get an autosynclus or Siamese algae eater. But the common Pleco, if you have a tiny bit of algae here and there, it'll eat that. I've seen it eat tiny bits of algae off of my glass before. I haven't had an actual algae issue, so that's why it has worked for me. If you have an algae problem, get live plants and autosynclus and watch it clear up. But if you don't have a problem, then the high fin spotted Pleco, while creating high bioload, is still going to help clean off the remnants on the bottom of your tank. Number 6 is going to be your 4-line Pictus catfish. Pictus catfish get pretty big, about 6 inches. They're nocturnal, so they will go around and clean up everything that hasn't been eaten on the tank at night. For these Pictus catfish, you probably need to feed them a little bit before nighttime, because at least for my tank, 125 with 50 fish in it, there's not much left for them by the end of the day, so I put some sinking pellets in there right before nighttime, make sure they get something to eat. However, they will help clean up whatever is in there. By the morning, your tank floor will be perfectly clean, especially if you have multiple. They like to shoal, which means they don't school in a tight-knit group of 6, but if you put 3, 4, 5 in there, they'll loosely form a little social group. So Pictus catfish, pretty cool to look at and good for the foragers. Number 5 is going to be Nerite Snails. Now, Nerite Snails actually produce a lot of bioload, a lot more than I thought they did, just judging from the poop that I see hanging off of them in the tank. However, they also do a really good job of, kind of like the Pleco, they won't fix your algae problem, but they will help scrape the algae off your glass, off your rocks, off your driftwood. It's cool seeing the Nerite Snails kind of shimmy around everywhere across the tank. One thing to keep in mind with them is you do probably need to have a lid if you're going to have them. I've had a few crawl out of my tank and dry up, unfortunately. So best course of action is to have a lid if you have them, but they're just really cool fish to watch. And they also lay a lot of eggs, so that's pretty cool to see little Nerite snail eggs dotted along the tank. Yeah, Nerite snails, they help. Number 4 is going to be your German blue ram cichlid. I love German blue ram cichlids. They're probably my favorite fish in all of fish keeping. They are technically, according to some people, considered a bottom feeder. Others consider them a middle swimmer. I will consider them bottom feeders because mine hangs out exclusively on the bottom. I've never seen him eat from the top. He rarely ventures into the middle water level of the tank. He kind of just picks at the bottom, really whatever is left over from all of the top feeders. German blue rams, they'll help you pick the bottom clean. They're really, really pretty, really fun to watch, a lot of personality, so you should go get one. Number 3 is going to be ghost shrimp. Ghost shrimp, I love ghost shrimp. I think that they are a really, really cool invertebrate to have in your tank. They actually have a lot of personality. To see them moving around, picking at the little things at the bottom. They will help keep everything clean. They will not only eat old food, but they will also eat old plants. They will also eat dead fish. If say you have a snail that passes away, but it does it in a corner somewhere, you don't really see it. The ghost shrimp will actually help to pick that apart and eat it rather than it wasting away, turning into ammonia, spreading diseases in your tank. So if you have a really big tank, you have some hidey corners and some little things like Nerite snails that you can't see when they die and take them out immediately, the ghost shrimp will actually help to prevent the spread of disease by picking those things clean. They'll also help to pick the dying plants clean, like I said too, so that will help to stop ammonia. So the ghost shrimp are really just a good all-around fish invertebrate to have in your tank. Number 2 is going to be your black or normal Kuhli loaches. Kuhli loaches are really, really cool fish. Only thing about them is that you will never see them depending on how big your tank is. Once you drop them in, they are gone. They just really like to hide. They do have a propensity for being indestructible though. Lots of stories on YouTube, lots of stories on Reddit. Basically everyone I've ever seen has a story like, I had a fish tank, all the fish died, I emptied all the water out, left it in my basement in the winter for 6 months, pulled it back out to restart it, and there's a live Kuhli loach at the bottom. It happens. They are just indestructible little creatures. They're also really, really good bottom feeders. When they do now and then come out and you get to see them eat, they have a really cool feeding like frenzy state where they'll go up to a piece of food and they'll just like their mouth acts kind of like a shredder, and they'll just like shred it up and eat it all in one sitting. It's pretty cool to watch. So Kuhli loaches are really fun, a lot of personality when you do see them, and they're indestructible, so you should get some. Number 1 is going to be your Cory catfish. The peppered Cory catfish are really, really cool fish to see. It's really cool to see them swim around together in little groups. They're very social. They like to be in groups of like 6 to 12, so if you have a tank you can just dedicate to a school of Cory catfish on the bottom. It is just beautiful. They're really, really efficient bottom feeders. They're nocturnal, but they're also awake during the day, so they're kind of just awake always. And you'll see them picking through the rocks at the bottom of the tank, eating everything that's down there constantly. So they're just a really, really good way to clean the bottom of your tank. Really effective bottom feeder. They will keep it clean, they'll keep your water clear, they'll keep your fish happy with the lowered ammonia, nitrates, nitrites. So yeah, go get some Cory catfish and keep your tank clean today. Tell me what you think your favorite bottom dweller is on this list, or if I got any of these wrong, or if you think I should have added another one. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you later.